All right, sorry for any background noise, but I just wanted to make a prediction because I want to see if I'm gonna be right. All right, I think that this is a segment about the 49ers and the moving up from I think the 12th pick to the third pick. I think they had the 12th pick, and he moved up to the third pick. And I've been watching over the past week or so Skip and Shannon's segments on. I'm sorry, that's my air conditioner. On why like they had some questions on why the 49ers moved up to the third pick instead of just giving all that stuff that they gave up to move up to the second pick and possibly taking a quarterback after Trevor Lawrence, which I have no faith in Trevor Lawrence. I don't. If I'm a GM, any quarterback that I take in the first round has to have caution labeled across their name because, I mean, how many times, more often than not, do we see quarterbacks taken in the top 10 flame out? And flame out fairly quickly. Like, we see it too often. And the last time I seen hype around a player like this, the last time I seen hype around a player like this and where it failed miserably was when Jamarcus Russell was the prospect out of LSU, and everybody talked about what a phenomenal pro day he had and how this dude could be he could be the next archetype for quarterback, in the NFL for the upcoming, like how they kind of plastered Zion all over your TV. That's kind of how they were prepping Jamarcus. Was this dude is going to be special. I mean, he's like 6'6" or 6'5", and he weighs like 250 pounds, but he can move and he has a strong arm and all this other shit. And what happened? Jamarcus Russell flamed out fucking too quickly. All right. I'm not saying that's going to happen with Trevor Lawrence, but I see the same warning signs surrounding this kid. Is that all this praise, all these accolades, this kid pretty much came out of nowhere. I mean, 2 years ago, this kid was a nobody, and now for the last 2 years, they've been talking about how he was the best quarterback in college football, and he was going to be the number one pick, and it looks like it's going to come to fruition. But do I think it'll work out? No. So the Jaguars are going to take Trevor Lawrence with the first pick, and who has the second pick? I think the Jets have the second pick. Most likely, they're going to take a quarterback. I don't trust any franchise that say that, hey, listen, we're going to stick by this quarterback. We brought a coach in with the understanding that he was going to coach this quarterback. Could they trade back? Could they pick a receiver or a tight end? Sure. I mean, it could happen. But I think the Sam Darnold experiment in New York, I think it's kind of run its course. And I think they're going to, most likely, they're going to trade him away. And they're going to probably take if I'm them, I'm taking Justin Fields. I mean, if we're going off of just hype alone, you got to take Justin Fields. He was projected to be the second quarterback taken. There's no way this dude, Zach Wilson, is just going to pop up out of nowhere. And, I mean, I'm sticking with the kid that, that has at least a little bit of notoriety behind his name. So Justin Fields is who I would take. Now, with Justin Fields being off the board and with Trevor Lawrence being off the board for the third pick with the 49ers, and I'm making this prediction. They're going to take Devontae Smith. Okay? They're not going to go for a quarterback. They're probably not going to trade Jimmy Garoppolo. I think they're going to try to... People want to... All right. I'm very low. As a New England fan, I am very low with my opinions of Jimmy Garoppolo as quarterback. I didn't think that the kid was that special when he was in New England, and when they traded him to San Fran, I thought that they pretty much mortgaged they pretty much mortgaged the house for this kid. I mean, they gave him a huge ass contract based off of 5 games that he played late in the season, and I just thought that it was a little premature. But they went for it. They went for it, and they got a Super Bowl berth out of it, which is never a bad thing. But I think they're going to stick with Jimmy. I think they're going to give it at least one more test drive. All right, they're probably going to give it until maybe the end of next year. That's if they're really on the hot seat with Jimmy. Like if Jimmy Garoppolo's on the hot seat, I would give it to the end of this year. If not, then maybe he got till the end of next year to prove that he can actually play. But that receiving core in San Fran is horrible. I mean, people keep saying Deebo Samuel is like when I look at Deebo Samuel, this is the problem I have with hype is the same thing. This is the same thing they did with Juju Smith-Schuster when Antonio Brown was there. How they were talking about with Antonio Brown going, Juju's going to be the number one receiver. He's going to light the league up. He's going to be great. And for anybody that's played Madden last year, when Madden came out, Juju Smith-Schuster was an X Factor player. At what point in Juju's career has he ever positioned himself as an X Factor, as an NFL player? He's never position himself to get that kind of praise, man. And hype has a way of driving people to fuck crazy. So I think that I think Deebo Samuel is a good receiver. Do I think he's a number one? Hell no. Do I think Devontae Smith has a chance to be a number one? Sure. And I think that if you bring him in, you got George Kittle. Okay, I think they still have Jordan Reed. I wouldn't be surprised if they probably cut ties with him or trade him. But I mean, Jordan Reed is a decent, tight end who really, with the injuries and just the poor play of the team in Washington, I don't think he's ever really had a chance to show what he can do on a winning team. So now you got George Kittle, you got Jordan Reed, you have Deebo Samuel on the outside. I forgot what other receiver they had. I know Kendrick Bourne left. And then you got Devontae Smith out there, man. You actually give this kid a chance to see if he can sink or swim. Okay? I mean, Emmanuel Sanders was a good receiver, but never, ever. Emmanuel Sanders in Denver, now we're talking, okay? But Emmanuel Sanders now, he's old, he's washed up. I mean, he puts up good numbers, but T.O. put up good numbers before he left. So, all right. I said all that to say this. I think that they're going to take the Devontae Smith with the third pick. I'm not going to react to anything or anything like that. I just wanted to give that prediction. I just thought I used the Skip and Shannon banner as the backdrop for, talking about this. So I'm penciling it in now. Devontae Smith will get picked third overall. I could be wrong. I could be fucking wrong, but I don't think I will be. I think they're going to stick with Jimmy. I think they're going to give Jimmy a chance by drafting the best wide receiver in the draft class. I mean, it only makes sense. Why would you move up to the third pick unless you had no interest in going with a quarterback? If they really wanted a quarterback, they would have moved up to the second pick, and then Jimmy would have been traded before the draft. Most likely he would have been traded somewhere around free agency, because that's usually where teams want to get their trades done, for starters or quarterback, like how you see Matthew Stafford get traded. Usually teams want to do it around free agency so they can know, hey, look, we couldn't trade for anybody, so these positions we need to fill them, and then they could go to free agency and fill whatever positions they need. So since nothing happened, I don't think it will happen. Sam Darnold could still be moved on draft day. I think that's most likely. That's if the Jets take a quarterback with the second pick. They might go Devontae Smith. I mean, or Kyle Pitts. They might actually go. I don't think they're going to go Devontae yet. I think the Jets have. No, they don't. They don't have any receivers. And Robbie Anderson left. Okay, so yeah, they may go Devontae Smith. They may go Kyle Pitts. But we'll see, man. But I'm penciling it in here. They're going to stick with Jimmy, and they're going to draft Devontae Smith. All right, that's it.